made for Ludum Dare 32. Think of it as a first chapter in a longer work. Contains references to sex work and smoking. Okay, this does sound like it's going to get intense. So if either of those bother you, you probably shouldn't engage with this piece. Two things that I cannot relate to, but hopefully I will learn a thing or two about them. God's Gonna Cut Him Down by emmelineprufrock? Anyways, my name is Taro Mia. I'm part of Omiya Games, and for the Ludum 32, I got two games out called the Star Driller Ultra and the Unconventional Stick Swinging Simulator.
I'm Anthony.
His team made Jammy Dodger, right?
That's right.
I'll be playing.
I'll be watching.
Let's go for it. Node WebKit demo. That's interesting. Alright, so let's see if we can get this in full screen mode here. Give me a minute. Alright, the answer to that is no. My bad. Well then. Let's see if we can have the Twitch stream available here. Okay, so let's go with a new game. Can you hear any audio here? It's playing on the loudest volume.
Whoa, so what did it say?
I'm sorry.
Want to restart it?
Yeah, let's see if we can restart it. Return to title screen.
Yeah.
Back to title screen, yes.
Sorry,
New game. Yeah, it's a good point. There is a broken patter of rain on a tin floor.
It's the roof.
A crack of thunder so loud the other women break into a hush before resuming their talking. Whoosh. You walk further into the hillside, the sound of rain becoming softer as your this is a new word to me. Ensconced. Yeah, what does it mean? Ensconced. Establish or settle in a comfortable, safe, or secret place. I learned something new. In a thick, warm rock. Okay, so you took shelter in a thick, warm rock. Ahead is the door. That is a door. The door is blue and worn, with a green glass door. The door is blue and worn, with a green glass door. I assume that means green glass window. It's a reference towards the services offered inside, to Cecilia herself. You knock. You hear a rustling. You knock again. She smiles when she sees you. Oh, Numi, it's you. What do you need, Numi? She asks. I wonder if that's supposed to be Japanese, like Noomi, I don't know. You think about it. Let's go all Japanese by saying, being very subtle. Someone to hold. Of course you do. She takes her hand. She lights up a cigarette afterwards, shadows slinking around her. A puff of smoke casually lifts towards the ceiling. You shouldn't be involved with a girl like me. In the halls outside, you can hear the girls running around, the quiet hum of far-off sound. Remain quiet. She exhales. You remember that the smoking is an affectation. She has no lungs to speak of. You remember that smoking is an affectation. She has no lungs to speak of. What does that mean? It's an imperfection designed to put client at ease. You question whether you care. You pull on your pants. Your bra has found its way under the bed. You don't have to go just yet, she tells you. You continue to pull on your clothes. It's better to leave now. I'll see you later, she calls from the bed. You stand in the hallway. Are you heading back to the mines? The voices comes from the shadows in the hallway. My name's Mary. You pause. Are you going to the mine? She asks you again. You tell her you are. Can you take me with you? Why? You ask her why. Does it matter? I'm just a mine lizard, right? You have a creepy mask for a face. You tell her you want to know. You're not in the business of transporting girls to the mines. I've just got to get there. Is that a problem? Yes, it is. You tell her that it isn't. No, it is. She throws a backpack over her shoulder. You climb into the truck. Mary climbs in beside you. Why? She lights a cigarette. Outside you can hear the growl of the motor, the quiet night punctuated by the wind rustling by the truck windows. What do you want to talk about? Religion. Always talk about religion in the USA. It's going to get you a lot of friends. You ask her about her faith. Crud, she looks at you. You're one of those Jesus people, aren't you? Oh, she saw right through me. You tell her you're not. They're always at the house. Always want to save people. Not sure what they're saving people from anyway. To be fair, I actually agree with her. You shrug. Controversial statement! You guys should see Anthony's face. He's like, oh man, you shouldn't have said that. You and me both, lady. The rest of the drive proceeds in silence. Her smoke has filled the cabin. You think about asking her to quit, but it's always soothing in the silence. No, you should ask her to quit. The truck rolls to a stop, the mines glinting in the distance. I can't figure out what this image is supposed to be. You both climb out of the truck. She throws at her bag over the shoulder. It's too big for her, but it looks like everything is just a bit too big on her. What do I owe you? She asks. You tell her nothing, and she shrugs. Your loss. She waves as she walks off to the mines. You tell yourself she's just another mine lizard. You don't follow.
That was cool.
What was that about? I'm sorry, I'm really dense, so let's play that again.
Well,
Oh, whoops. That seems like a bug. There's a broken patter of rain on a tin roof. Actually, I should listen to what Anthony has to say first.
it's just a little story in another world, I think.
A crack of thunder so loud that other Romans break into a hush.
The lady with no lungs, she could be like a rock being. Based on the
Artwork.
the way the artwork looks,
Yeah.
she could be made of rock.
This is kind of a bizarre form of artwork. I mean, at first I was thinking, oh, is it supposed to be low poly? But it's more abstract. It's more closer to cubism, to be completely honest. You walk further into the hillside, the sound of the rain becomes softer. Ahead is the door. Alright, we already read through this. Cecilia to herself, you knock. She calls you inside. Oh. You enter. She's as beautiful as you remember. She always looked to you like what men imagine angels might be. Just to make sure that I have some context in here to kind of explain my current thoughts right now. My current assumption, at least given the short amount of clues that we're given, is either this is kind of like a lesbian relationship and the person you is a woman, and Cecilia also happens to be a woman, or at least a gender identify as both woman, which, whatever, I think, that kind of detail isn't all that important. Just that we seem to have a same-sex relationship here. What do you need, Numi? We also know that your name is Numi. We know that her name is Cecilia, and we have Mary as the last person that's showing up. Yeah, you. Of course you do. Oh man, same exact response. She takes her hand. She lights a cigarette, shadows around here, a puff of smoke casually goes up. You shouldn't be involved with girls like me. In the hallway outside, you can hear the girls running the soft harp. Let's dispute her. You tell her about your days, about how you spend them breaking rock with a sledgehammer, how the very thing that makes you strong will one day kill you. Oh, that's actually cool. She smiles again, lips pursed around the cigarette. Don't you dream of having a family one day? You try to tell her that you have no future. The future is breaking rocks. She pulls a finger on your lips. There's always tomorrow, Numi. She's right. You don't know how to tell her that, though. You pull on your pants. Your bra has found its way under the bed. You don't have to go just yet, she tells you. You continue to pull on your clothes. It's better to leave now. I'll see you later, she calls from the bed. Did it say they found your bra under your bed?
Yeah.
Or was it you found Cecilia's bra under the bed? It's like the person's responding with a quotation.
The first person who she's putting her pants on and finding the bra under the bed. Yeah.
Okay. You stand in the hallway. Hey, Callum Day. Nice to see you again. Are you heading back to the mines? A voice comes from the shadows in the hallway. So this is Mary. My name's Mary. You pause. Are you going to the mine? She asks you again. You tell her that you are. Can you take me with you? Well, what's in it for me? You ask her what's in it for you. She gets very still. I don't know, she pauses. I'll do whatever you want. I've just got to get there. You climb into the truck. Mary climbs in beside you. She lights a cigarette. She goes from blue to normal Caucasian. Outside you can hear the growl of a motor. A quiet night punctuated by the wind rustling by the truck windows. What do you want to talk about? The weather. You suggest talking about the weather. The laugh you get in response is dry. If you didn't want to talk, you could have just said so. You protested. She laughs again. The weather is horrible. It's always horrible. The rest of the drive proceeds in silence. Honk honk. Her smoke has filled the cabin. You think about asking her to quit, but it's oddly soothing in the silence. The truck rolls to a stop, the mines glinting in the distance. You both climb out of the truck. She throws her bag over her shoulder. It's too big for her, but it looks like everything is just too big for her. What do I owe you? She asks. You tell her nothing and she shrugs. That's not what we decided on. Your loss. She waves as she walks off to the mines. You tell her she's just another mine lizard. You don't follow. Oh, okay. Sure. Alright, we already got through this. It's not like Save the Date where you get different options each time you play. Oh, she whispers from her bed, folding back the upper layer of dermal tissue.
Yeah, okay.
So clearly this Cecilia is not human, it seems like.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you. You're not sure if this ruins the illusion. You've always known what Cecilia is, but there are rare reminders. She doesn't seem happy to see you. You tell her so. Oh, Numi, I'm always happy to see you. What do you need, Numi? She asks. You think about it. Someone to love, someone to hold you.
We did the first and third ones already. Someone to love.
So
Just someone to love.
we already did someone to hold, so you will be the last
No,
one.
we did you.
So someone to love, you're
Yeah.
saying. Of course you do. Okay, the options always seems the same. She lights a cigarette, a puff of smoke casually goes, "Shouldn't be involved with girls like me." In the hallway you can hear the girls. Let's dispute her. Don't you dream of having a family a day, you have no future. There's always tomorrow. You don't know how to tell her that. You pull on your pants. Your bra has found its way under the bed. Mate, it's like you reading me a bedtime story, haha. You don't have to go just yet, she tells you. You
What?
continue to pull on your clothes. It's better to leave now.
Oh.
I'll see you later, she calls from the bed. So you stand in the hallway. Are you heading into the mines? A voice calls. We meet Mary for the first time. Again. What an oxymoron. Yes. Thanks. She throws a bag over her shoulder. Are we leaving now? I personally don't like picking up hitchhikers. I would have just said no. Nothing.
Yeah.
You tell her that you're not interested in talking. She nods. Whatever you want, Chief. Ah, the smoke is making the whole thing dark. Her smoke. Da 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 da. The mine's glistening in the distance. You both climb out of the truck. She throws her bag over the shoulder. It's too big for her, but it looks like everything is just a bit too big for her. Okay, so what we get is kind of like this prologue of a story, it seems like, where you're a woman, you're mining, you're stuck inside a house that clearly has a broken rooftop, or you're going to a building that has a broken rooftop to be calmed down by Cecilia, it seems like. Cecilia is a robot, or something that is not human. Alternatively, is human, but is required to biologically construct, or has like some, seems to have some sort of ways to disguise her looks. We know that there are mine lizards that wants to go to the mines for some reason, which Mary happens to be. Mary is a particularly small woman who obviously does not look like she's well fit, or at the very least, we get that impression given all the listing that was given to us. In the sense that everything looks too big to her. But interesting. Yeah, it's a visual novel.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah. Innovation and fun, I'm gonna mark low because it's a visual novel. I am not going to care about fun when judging the overall situation, though. However,
Why not leave it blank?
true. That is actually a good point. Fun to me is not important when it comes to visual novels. It is possible to have a fun game too, but other than that, honestly, I don't think it's all that important.
Yeah, this wasn't meant to be.
Right, it's not.
Fun.
It's clearly not meant to be fun. I thought that the theme. Was there a weapon? Cecilia is a very dangerous weapon. 5 stars. No, I didn't see it. But again, that's not going to matter too much to me. But the graphics, I thought was pretty darn good.
Yeah.
The mood certainly left me with a lot of mystery, so I did like a lot of foreshadowing that was going on, and you kind of, like, as you're playing through the game, you kind of get more and more clues as to making you realize what each of these characters are, what their personality is like, and what they're desiring. I kind of wish that more time could have been spent on the choices that you had and the replay value behind it, because there was some really interesting reveals as we were going along and choosing between different options. But that's kind of the reason why you play through these visual novels. Would have liked a skip option. I feel like this game could have been made in Ren'Py, and it would have been a somewhat better that way. I don't know what framework this person is using, but that's kind of like a thing that came to immediately to my mind. Overall, it's kind of 3 stars for me. Left me a little more wanting because I felt like with visual novels I kind of read better ones, but then again, and when I say about better ones, I read like 2 or 3 to be completely honest, and I'm like, oh, those were better than this one kind of thing. So it's an unfair comparison, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I thought this had a good story, a good atmosphere, a good peek into a larger world.
Yeah, that's what I definitely felt like. It felt like a lot of it was you just didn't have the time to fill out all the details, but what I saw was really fascinating.
I'm not sure it was because of time constraints, but even so, I think it makes it more interesting that that you get that small little peek into an unknown world.
So it was mentioned to us that it was created by Tyranno Builder, the easiest, fastest tool to make visual novels. Oh,
cool.
We now know.
Yeah, I've been using Ren'Py myself because we're working on a game.
Yeah, we're using Ren'Py here. Hey, it works on the iOS devices. That's kind of cool. Alright, well now we know. We saw enough cute dinosaurs for our filling today. This one's a little hard to comment on.
Why not say what we just said? It was very
It had a nice the story had a nice sense. Of mystery to it. With each option opening new details about each character. Do you think this was like set in our world, or do you think it was set in a completely different one? I got the impression that it was set in a completely different one, largely due to graphics.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, Barely Concealed is the person that actually made it. So I thought this gem would be a nice time to use it, haha. Had a nice sense of mystery to it, with each option opening new details about each character. Kind of wished there were more options with more details, because each interaction you had with them were really fascinating. Too bad Numi hardly talks. Reminds me a lot of my dad. No, I'm just gonna not write that down.
What?
Definitely look forward to see more. So I admit that I'm kind of jealous of people who can write, because my best writing skills is anything related to, technical documentation. So that is the best of my abilities when it comes to writing. There is 5 notifications on my Twitter. What the heck are they saying? Okay, a lot of retweets. Thanks. I watched as much as I could before it froze on.